Hi, I did my behavior change proposal on my friend Christian. And for my behavior change proposal, I wanted to increase the intake of new food. He is on a very restricted diet. He only eats chicken nuggets and french fries for dinner. He'll eat chocolate donuts or pancakes for breakfast, and his lunch is the same every day. It is goldfish, apple slices, apple juice, and carrots. So I want to increase his consumption of new food. Um, my definition of consumption of new food would be defined as chewing and swallowing foods that he has never chewed and swallowed at a maximum of one time before. Um, Chewing is defined as the movement of both the top and the bottom teeth in an up and down motion so that it's like grinding the food um, into a chopped consistency, and he has to swallow the food. By that I mean it has to go down his esophagus into his stomach. He cannot spit it out, and if he spits it out, it does not count. Um, this behavior has a lot of significance, especially for his family. They currently cannot go out to eat, or they have a hard time going anywhere else for dinner because he's so restricted on what he'll eat. He will not try new things. And when you put new things in front of him, try to get him to try them. He engages in a tantrum type behavior that involves him saying no, crossing his arms, running out of the room, trying to lock himself in the bathroom. Um, he will purse his lips together so that you cannot get the food in his mouth. And this behavior occurs every time new food's introduced to him. So I plan to measure it using um, a session of 20 to 30 minutes at lunch or dinner time, and the number of bites that he takes will be divided by the number presented. And it will be measured by the amount of bites that he takes of new food when prompted, and then multiplied by 100 to calculate the percentage. I have another RBT who is going to be doing my IOA. So she will sit in for during baseline and during the actual intervention itself. And so the intervention involves um, having a food log with pictures of the new foods that client has tried. So it's kind of like a food journal. And so for every two new foods that the client eats, at least half of what is served to him, he will add a picture of that food to the food log. And for every two new foods, um, he'll be praised for every food, but for every third new food that he tries, um, he will get to go out for ice cream, which is one of the biggest rewards for him. He requests ice cream, but rarely does he get that because it's such a big motivator. Um, Prompting and praise will be um, the biggest intervention implementations. Um, we will not respond to any negative behaviors that he engages in. They will be ignored. He will only be praised for doing what is expected of him. And I will provide the checklist of the implementation to the other RBT as well as the parents so that they can do the intervention um, when I am not there as well. And that is my behavior change proposal.